This is Dr. B. Krishna Chandrakirti, Assistant Professor of English, Dr. BRR Government College, Jadcherla. Let us learn some aspects of finite verbs and non finite verbs. There are 8 parts of speech in English. They are noun, pronoun, verb, adverb, adjective, preposition, conjunction, and interjection. Verb is the most important part of the sentence, the indicator of the action part of the sentence. Verb is one of the parts of speech, the most important part of the sentence, which indicates the action part. There are different types of verbs based on nature, function, and the purpose they serve, such as the main verbs, auxiliary verbs, transitive verbs, intransitive verbs, weak verbs, strong verbs, finite verbs, and non finite verbs. Finite verbs and non finite verbs. What are finite verbs and what are non finite verbs? Verbs which have the past or the present form are called finite verbs. Simple. So, verbs which take the past tense and the present tense are finite verbs. Verbs in any other form other than these two, infinitive, ing form, or ed, so past participle, all inflections are called non finite verbs. Verbs with tense are finite, and verbs without tense are non finite. The distinction between finite and non finite verbs is very important one in grammar, since it affects how verbs behave in sentences. Observe the verbs in the following sentences and identify whether they are finite or non finite. For example, let us see some sentences, look at some sentences. David plays the piano. In the given sentence, the verb is in the present tense. Plays is the verb. First, we have to identify the verb, whether it is main verb or auxiliary verb, first thing, and then whether it is in past tense or present tense, or whether it takes ing form or to infinitive or ed, past participle. So here place is the verb, place is the main verb, place is in present tense v1, so the verb is a finite verb. My sister spoke French on holiday. The first thing is the verb in the sentence is spoke. Spoke is the main verb. Spoke is in past tense. Since the verb has past form, it is a finite verb. It took courage to continue after the incident. So the verb took is the main verb. It has past form, so it is a finite verb. And there is another verb, the second verb has to infinitive, to continue. It is a non finite verb. Leaving home can be very traumatic. The verb has ing form, leaving, so it is a non finite verb. Leave immediately when you are asked to do so. The verb leave is the main verb. It has present form, so it is a finite verb. To do, the second verb, has an infinitive, so it is a non finite verb. Nancy does her homework every day. Does is a finite verb since it is a present form. It takes a present form. Nancy is doing her homework at the moment. Now, at the moment means now. He is doing present continuous tense. So it is a non-finite verb doing, since it has taken ing ing form, it is a non-finite verb. They are writing a letter. Are is a finite verb. Writing is a non-finite verb. She speaks Chinese very well. The verb is in this sentence is speaks. Speaks is a finite verb. Since it is in present tense, it takes present form. He has a big car. Here the verb in the sentence, the action part is has. It is in present tense. So it is a finite verb. The proposal has been examined today. So has been examined. Here has been is a non-finite. So here has been is in the present form. The verb takes present form. So it is a finite verb. She tried to help him. Tried, the main verb here is tried, and it takes past form. So it is a finite verb. It is healthy to laugh at problems. Here the verb is. It is in present tense. So it is a finite verb. To laugh is, it takes infinitive to infinitive. So it is a non-finite verb. Finding the gates widely open, the thief went inside. Finding, the verb finding takes ing form. So it is a non-finite verb. Went, it takes the past form. So it is a finite verb. He had his car cleaned. Had and cleaned. Both the verbs are main verbs and both are in past tense. So they are finite verbs. I like to play with my puppy. Like is a finite verb since it is in present tense. To play is a non finite verb since it is a to infinitive. She works hard to pass the test. Works is the verb and it is the main verb and it is in present tense. So it is a finite verb. To pass is to infinitive, is in to infinitive. So it is a non finite verb. Smoking is prohibited in the kitchen. Smoking is a non finite verb. Is prohibited is a finite verb. Smoking, as it takes ing form, it is a non finite verb, and is prohibited is a finite verb. He went to the city to find work. Went is a finite verb since it is in past form. To find is a non finite verb since it is in to infinitive form. The boy saved the cat from the dogs. Saved, the verb is saved and it is the main verb and it is in past form. So it is a finite verb. The teacher asked the students to submit their assignments before they go home. Asked is the verb and it is the main verb. It is a finite verb since it is in past form. To submit is another verb. It is a non-finite verb since it is to infinitive other than the tense form. Go is the verb. Go is the main verb. It is so it is since it takes present form, it is a finite verb. I have finished my dinner. Have finished is in present tense, present perfect. So it is a finite verb. The nurse is dressing the wounds of the patient. Is dressing, present continuous. So it is a finite verb. My mother bakes tasty cookies. Bakes, the verb here in this sentence is bakes and it is the main verb and it takes present form. So it is a finite verb. He wants to launch a business. Wants is a finite verb. Since it is the verb, it is the main verb and it takes present form, so it is a finite verb. To launch is a non-finite verb since it takes to infinitive other than the tense form. A florist is a person who arranges flowers artistically. Is a finite verb. Arranges is a present tense, so it is a finite verb. The doctor is attending to the patient. He is attending present continuous. So, since the verb takes present form, it is a finite verb.